Imagine this. A little boy, no more than 4 years old, wakes up from a dream and begins to describe a place he has never seen before, a house, a family, and even a tragic ending that does not belong to him. At first, his parents laugh it off as a child's imagination. But the more the boy speaks, the harder it becomes to ignore. This is the chilling story of a child who remembered a past life. Daniel was only 3 years old when the strange whispers began. At night, his parents would wake to the sound of their little boy crying in his sleep, thrashing beneath the covers, whispering words no child should know. The fire, the smoke, it's everywhere. I can't breathe. Help me. At first, his mother soothed him, brushing back his hair, telling him it was only a dream. But the dreams never stopped. Every night was the same. He spoke of flames climbing the walls, of screams echoing in the darkness, of a desperate struggle to escape. And then came the words that chilled her to the bone. My name is not Daniel. My name is Michael. During the day, Daniel often wandered through the house as though lost in thought. He would whisper names his parents had never heard before. Sometimes he sat in silence, drawing crude pictures of a house, always the same one, with smoke pouring out of the windows. One afternoon, while stacking toy blocks into the shape of a house, he stopped suddenly. This looks like my old home, he said calmly. But it doesn't exist anymore. It burned down. His mother laughed nervously, telling herself it was just imagination. But inside, fear gnawed at her. How could her child speak so clearly, with such certainty, about things he had never seen? Weeks turned into months. The stories became more detailed. Daniel spoke of a wife named Anna, and a little girl named Sophie. He described their laughter, their voices, even the way the sunlight streamed into their kitchen. But always, the story ended the same way. The fire came, he whispered, tears filling his eyes. And we didn't make it out. His father, skeptical, decided to test him. One Saturday, they loaded the car and drove through nearby towns. As the hours passed, Daniel grew restless, until suddenly, he sat up straight. His small hand pressed against the window. Here, he said. Turn here. Confused but curious, his father followed the directions. Daniel guided them through narrow country roads, past empty fields and clusters of trees, until at last they stopped in front of a broken-down house. Its walls were charred and blackened, eaten away by time and fire. Before anyone could stop him, Daniel jumped from the car and ran toward the ruins. He touched the burned wood with trembling hands. This is where I lived, he whispered. This is where I died. His parents stood frozen, unable to move. Their son, who had never been to this place, who had no way of knowing it existed, had led them straight to it. As they stood in shock, an elderly man from the village approached, watching silently. When Daniel's mother explained what her son had said, the old man's face went pale. There was a family here, he said softly. Michael, his wife Anna, and their little girl, Sophie. The house caught fire almost 30 years ago. They all perished. Daniel looked up at the man with wide, sorrowful eyes. I am Michael, he whispered. I was here when it happened. The old man staggered back, muttering a prayer under his breath. Daniel's parents clutched each other, overwhelmed by fear and wonder. In the days that followed, Daniel's nightmares slowly began to fade. But he never stopped speaking of Anna and Sophie. He spoke of Sophie's favorite toy, a small wooden horse, and the way Anna braided her hair. Details no history book or local rumor could have ever told. Sometimes, late at night, Daniel's mother would find him staring out the window, his expression heavy with grief. When she asked what he was thinking, he always gave the same answer. I still miss them. As Daniel grew older, the memories grew fainter, but they never disappeared. He carried them like shadows, lingering at the edge of his mind. And even years later, when asked about the fire, he would go silent, his eyes distant, as though still watching the flames consume his home. So the question remains, was Daniel blessed with a vivid imagination, or cursed with the memories of another life? And if souls can truly return, what other secrets might children be carrying, secrets of lives already lived, tragedies already endured, and deaths already suffered? Some say Daniel's story is proof that death is not the end. That sometimes, the past clings to us, waiting to be remembered. And perhaps, somewhere deep inside, we all carry echoes of who we once were. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, comment, and click on the subscribe button below.